really friends. He was close, of course, to Daniel Dawati, Karab Moi, and I was also close to him last time. So we worked together, even on some of the projects of YK92. In fact, I can say, without any fear of contradiction, that the idea of organizing young people to campaign for Nyayo, I sold it to Nyayo. Because I could say that with a wave of the multi-party, pray for matter of multi-party, matter of change of the constitution and so on, most of the Kanu members were in him. And I told Nyayo that you cannot rely on Kanu in the past. You cannot even rely on the ministers. So we must have now, if there's a way we can get young people to organize them and whatever, it could be a way to succeed in the elections which were coming. Later on, of course, Nyayo did say we are organizing them. We are organizing, and that's how Jirongo name came up. Initially, I thought he was from Coast, Jirongo. I didn't know he was a beer. When Brudi Nawera and the DJ was Mwangale, he told me he was a beer. And who introduced him to me. Let me say that before the elections, came to my office and said, I'm now saying this for the first time, and said, you Amos, Nyayo believes in you, and we now want to make you Chief Justice. That was in 1992. And I had just been in the office for about 1 year or so. And I was about 46 years old. So Nyayo wants to appoint me. I consulted the DJ Mwangale and Ruth Nawera. They agreed with him. But me, I did not want. I thought that Chief Justice position at the age of 46 was a bit too young. And I had barely settled in the office of the Attorney General. But it was Jirongo who brought that idea. It means that he was really very keen. Not only to assist me, but to ensure that people from Western get into key positions of government. Because he felt that Nyayo can appoint me and can appoint another lawyer to the position of Attorney General. So I said, no, not now. Then I thought I'd killed that idea. And in December 1992, just when most politicians had gone campaigning, and really we were at State House only 5 people all the time. Myself, Abraham Kiptanui, Joshua Kulei, and Nyayo, because everybody else were fighting for their own survival in their constituency. So over dinner at State House, private dinner. For the first time I went upstairs in State House, they brought dinner there. We were 5 of us, including Nyayo. And they then surprised me and all said, you should be Attorney General. I don't know, Chief Justice. Nyayo of course said that the post of Chief Justice, you are more insulated from politics. So that even if the government, even if you are voted out, if you are Attorney General, you'll go with us. If you are Chief Justice, you may stay a little bit longer. That's what Nyayo was mentioned to me. But I told Nyayo that if you go, I go. There's no need for you to be in government. I further told him that I was confident that he was going to win the election. Because, you know, we had amended the Constitution to include a clause which you said you must get 25% in 5 out of 8 provinces. That clause which we introduced, if you got the answer, we introduced because we knew, after observing all the potential candidates, that only Nyayo can fulfill that clause of 5 out of 8 provinces. Because all the rest were really tribal kingpins. Okay, they may get many votes from their tribes, and maybe from another one, neighboring tribe, but 5 out of 8, only Nyayo could fulfill it. So that even if Nyayo, say, was number 2, and the leading candidate, that leading candidate would not have been declared president. Would have had an opportunity to have a runoff, and only Nyayo would have achieved 5 out of 8. So that was our calculation. So I told Nyayo, we are going to win this thing. And I just want to, so Nyayo told me, actually his main aim was at that time with the Chief Justice Hancock's, who was a white person, a European. And Nyayo was very keen that he should get an African Chief Justice. So according to Nyayo, he surveyed and said the only African black man in Kenya, who can go into that position was myself. I had convinced Nyayo that we can get a black Chief Justice. So Nyayo agreed and continued, but he gave me the homework to look for a black person who can be Chief Justice from anywhere in Africa. And so I hope to Ghana, and hence that's how Justice Apollo was appointed Chief Justice. But the original idea, and that's why I really appreciated Jirongo, was that you become Chief Justice because now it's supposed to be from our area. For Attorney General, we can get anybody. We can get Weta Angula, the Attorney General. Hey, there are many lawyers, but the Chief Justice, not quite. So work very, very closely, so much so that when after the elections, of course, we won, and as happens in politics, if you have been instrumental in helping someone succeed, and this is African politics, after the election, humanity, we talk about things is humanity, but I think it's more African. Those who you have helped very closely, and you have been instrumental in helping, later on turn against you. And I could see the kitchen cabinet after 2 years were really after Cyrus. And I can tell you, he did come to me and he instructed that I go and see Nyayo. And he wrote, I've kept those briefs, he wrote a very big brief for me about his Sololo, his project, what not, what he has done, and how he's really, they're just accusing him unnecessarily. So I went one Saturday, I was in Kabaraka, I drove all the way, at a long church with Nyayo. Cyrus was aware that I was now meeting Nyayo. Now sort of came out to my maybe Jirongo. Yourself, you don't just touch he agreed not to, and in fact, I telephoned Jirongo, who was acting for NSSF, to go slow on the issues on how they were going here against Jirongo. After the meeting, he called me and told him we're now coming from Kabarak, and we agreed to meet at the house of Chahonyo, somewhere in Karen, where I briefed him. I can tell you for the first time in my life, I drank Amarula. I never knew Amarula existed. So there is nothing at the heart of Jirongo, to me, was the unity, particularly of the people from Western Kenya. And if we can, as we approach 2027, if we can forge that unity, we would have remembered Jirongo in a very, very nice way. We shall talk more, we're just starting. The rest about my relationship, I'm writing my memoirs, it will come out in my memoirs, so that will just tell you how Jirongo was very big-hearted. How, even when I started going to politics, he assisted me with finance to campaign. He came there, at that time he had his own party, but he told the people, vote for Amos Wako ODM, although he had his own party. So I really appreciate, that's why really, when I had that just go on, I could not. Let me stop there so that we can do other things.
Thank you.